Hello. Yeah, hello. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Auntie'S book corner. Yeah, you were gone somewhere in a different world. I was calling you. You had your
Hi.
head back.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
it means my internet had frozen and I thought it
you were
wasn't
muted
ready. Oh
and your
my
name was
God.
yes. Welcome everybody. Like I was saying, I'm here. This is your favorite Auntie Ya, and I'm here with my lovely co-host Ya Boatma Boating Russell.
Hi,
This
everyone.
is your favorite Auntie's book chat. On Facebook, we're known as Auntie's Book Corner. The video clip that you saw is about my ebook that is coming out on March 24th, and it is called Own It. And it is a guide only to taking responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. We make a lot of excuses as to why we can't do anything because we think we have time, but you're not even guaranteed the next 3 seconds. So you have to learn to live your life now. So going forward, the book launch is in about 5 weeks. On that day, you'll get a link and you'll go to Amazon and purchase the book for 99 cents.
Oh,
It is a pre-order only. Yes, the book will be ready later. So, like I said, it is a guide only. Some areas that you have to watch in your life as you journey along and check yourself and make any corrections that you need. So, yeah, with that, I'll leave it to you to have that chat and I will go and share to groups
yeah.
and
I
come
have a
back when I
question.
do.
So the pre-order is available now, right?
Come again?
The pre-order is open
Mhm.
now. Like we have access to pre-order now, or
No,
not
it's only on
now.
that date.
Okay,
March
okay,
24th is when the link will be shared out. So
okay,
I'm going to find the start sharing and hopefully, oh, there it is. Okay.
okay. So today is our post-Valentine one, and we're going to talk about love, and this one is loving yourself because we all know that you can't give what you don't have. If you don't love yourself, how can you pass that love on to others? So we're going to talk about um, why some of us have low self-esteem, like what causes it, and how we can get over it. Um, Sometimes it pops its head like shyness and all sorts of things. But
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it's not. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, but yeah. Actually, this Tuesday I had my wisdom tooth taken off.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was growing sideways, and I had to do that.
Oh, no.
Yep. So I did that, and
How are you feeling?
oh, it's still sore, but it's not as bad as the day off and the day after.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, my goodness. They've been trying to get me to take mine out for it's like I say it's a kajiji amount. I mean, you have to do what you have to do, right? But still
Yeah,
they push you.
because I changed dentist actually. My former one wanted me to go to the dental surgeon, and that was going to cost like thousands because they were going to put me under. And then when I relocated, I changed dentists, and this
Mhm,
dentist said, if you don't want to be put under, I can do it. But the other one didn't give me the option.
mhm.
So I chose not to be put under. They just used the local anesthesia, and it
Yeah.
was painful, but yeah.
It's
So yeah,
it's a
it's all
hot
about the
it's a
money
hot
game.
mess. It's a hot mess. Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
easy.
and
Like, oh my gosh.
yeah, well, that's also part of the self love. You have to take care of yourself, right?
Yes,
It
that's so
holds,
important. A
yeah,
lot of us neglect that. Yeah, I know that
yeah,
we
yeah,
neglect that on a full-time basis. And then where are you if you're just going to drop dead one day and not be around to enjoy what you're working so hard for?
yes, yeah. Mm, I don't want to go too much into today's topic because uh, I
Yeah.
want us to start together. But what
Okay.
else do I have to say? Guys, forgive me, I'm all over.
She's recovering from the local anesthesia. Give her a break.
Oh, oh yeah, they gave me this painkiller and it's really strong too. So
Mhm,
I might be high from it.
mhm. You might be high from it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the painkiller, because the strong ones I know has like
Hmm.
all kinds of narcotics in it, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think most of the time when we say self love, we just think about maybe massages and stuff like that, but it
Hmm.
really goes beyond that. It has
Yes.
to do with our mental state of mind, even our
Hmm.
financial states too, because you
Hmm.
can't say you love yourself and you're fully financially dependent on somebody else.
Okay, I think I am done.
Wait, you're done?
Hello,
Okay.
Ajua. I was talking about you a minute
Achu,
ago, and our conversations this
yeah,
morning were just crazy.
yeah, yeah. Achu, sorry I'm not able to join live, but I will go back and share the videos though. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. My life schedule has changed a bit, so
Changed. Oh, okay.
yeah. So I'm not really able to join the lives, but I'll definitely share the videos. Okay.
All right. So we can
Start.
start. Hmm. All right. So today I got confused. Our topic is Dear Woman, Learn to Love Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my book?
Important. The book.
And so the first area, so this is based on page 180 to 182 in the book, basically, where it talks about self love and affirmations. But let's go to the first um, subtopic, cultural script and the grooming. So we are talking about women learning to love themselves. But the
Mm-hmm.
question that um, we're looking at is what is it that stops us from learning to love ourselves? And we start from this place, cultural script or grooming.
Yeah.
So I always say that there's a script that we've been handed in our communities. And
Mm-hmm.
so we follow that script. And if you dare to be different, you get pulled back in
Mm.
because we don't like human beings don't like change. We don't like anybody who's a maverick. A maverick is somebody who is a standalone. They take
Their own.
challenges. They do all
Mhm.
kinds of things. They don't follow the status quo.
Right.
So me, I like to call myself a maverick. Like, yeah, because somebody might say, "Oh, nah, Ghana any bar 60-year-old sitting tall." No, it's my life, and
Yes.
this I follow the same script till I got to the point where I said, "You know what? This ain't working. You have to be you." So
Yes.
when you become invested in discovering who you are, then you are able to start that work. But a lot of us, and yeah, I'll allow you to go and make your comments right after I finish here because there's something that I found out that I want to focus on. But if I'm going to talk about it, I'll go on and then we might lose track of your. So I'll allow you to go after this, make your comments. The script that we follow is so important. Who is this? Somebody, I won't pull him up. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, you go. Your thoughts. Yeah, you are frozen. Okay. It seems that she's having problems with her internet today, so I will go. Okay, I'll wait for her to come back, but I'll go while she's settling her Wi-Fi. So a lot of times we've spoken about our culture and just the upbringing that we have, and we focus on where we are from, Ghana, and then of course the African continent as a whole, that women have a script that they are given to follow. And it's that role of being a caretaker, nurturer. So in doing all these roles, you tend to lose yourself. But in order, I said to myself, we don't want to be flogging that same horse to death. So I took it upon myself. Google, I've told you Google is my best friend. I went and Googled to see what I would find. So interestingly, you see, when you put in a particular topic, like I said, cultural attitudes towards females in the world, you find all kinds of things. So I focused on the one article, and I am going to talk about that. So I found this gentleman. I found this
It's like
gentleman.
my Wi-Fi when it
It's
works
actually,
1 week, it doesn't. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't.
So I started sharing on that topic. So I'll just continue and then I'll let you come
Okay.
in. Yeah. So I said I Googled and I found, we've been talking about our upbringing. So in order not to be flogging that same horse to death, let's see what happens all over to females, why we're not able to concentrate on investing in ourselves or loving ourselves. So there's this gentleman, his name is Sean Andrews, and he's written a book called The Power of Perception.
Okay.
And it's leadership, emotional intelligence, and the gender divide. It's interesting what he says, right? He said based on this book, he created courses on women and leadership, and he had women from different countries. There were Koreans, Chinese, Guatemalans, people from all over India and all that.
Yeah.
And so they were writing some of their thoughts, right? And
Mm.
what came out to me is they said that there's roles that women play, and you are told as a woman that this is, there are things that there are things that there are things that women do that men
Expectation.
don't that men don't do.
Mm-hmm.
So you, the woman, you are expected to, you are nurturing people. So uh, you know they put these rules, put enormous pressure on you to conform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so as when you're firstborn, for example, and you and I know
Sure.
that story, take care of the younger ones, yes.
Yeah.
And then the females in the family are expected to take care of the males in the family. So there's this lady from India who wrote in the research paper that this gentleman had asked them to do that. Hello, Amajo, how are you?
Hi.
So this lady said that her grandmother was 90 years old, and she couldn't even drag herself around, shuffling herself around, but she was still expected to be taking care of the males in the family. So
Wow.
another lady, I don't remember whether she said she was from the Philippines or China or something. She said
Mm-hmm.
that because of all these expectations, she had difficulty speaking up, her communication skills. So it's always better to follow and go along with people than
Mm-hmm.
to speak up for herself. So
Right.
I'm saying that with all these things that I've talked about, how would you even be confident enough to learn to love yourself? Because the
Right.
society, the culture, the script has told you that you have to take care of somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
become other focused. We say this all the time, don't we? And then you
Yes.
forget
Yeah.
yourself. So
Yeah.
women tend to be followers and people pleasers. Have you seen any people pleaser who's learned to love themselves and be confident? We've all
No.
been through that. We came from some of those places and worked on ourselves. So when we talk about the cultural script and grooming, this is some of the
Yeah.
thing. What I can say is that I would say that maybe people are Caucasian brothers and sisters, or the sisters here, people who are in this environment would say that, oh, we also face the same thing. But today I was saying to myself, in this environment, if a young girl says, I want to be a heavy equipment operator, they will go and do it. I want to be a mechanic, they will, it's if anything, there's certain things that could stop it. Maybe it could be, but even here, even if your family is not rich or anything, there's still scholarships
Yeah.
and that. The
Yes.
mindset is there. If she says, oh, I like drumming, I'm going to be a drummer, nobody is going to stop them. If they want
Mm-hmm.
to be an ace soccer player, nobody is going to stop them. But
Yeah.
with us, what happens? You are
Hmm.
told that your worth on this earth is through marriage. As for a woman, your glory is your marriage. So anybody else who's not following that script is not is not a woman. Let me go through some comments, yeah, then I'll
Okay.
let you step in. Ajua says it's essential for all of us to start writing our narratives to soothe our needs, to enhance our growth with more understanding, knowledge, and future successes. Thank you. You are an individual within a group construct, to see a kind of saying. There's
Mm-hmm.
things that there's expectations of the whole group, but there's you're an individual. With
Yeah.
us, we are not taught to embrace our individuality. You get told, shut up, conform,
Yeah.
shut up, conform. If you do anything outside the box, they'll reel you back into the box. Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are
Morning.
you? How do you pronounce your name? Tetil? I hope I have it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I hope so.
Ajua says, sorry,
I have
Amaju
a
says, you
coffee on
both
me.
are, you
I'm
both are,
having
thank-
tea
we will.
on you.
And Tetil says it's his first time.
Oh,
Welcome, welcome.
welcome
Glad to have
here.
you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll let you step in. Oh, Ajua says, isn't that ironic that one gender cultivates rules and regulations for another gender to conform to
Hmm.
their desires? Ajua, you put it, you never, it's not that you don't know, but you've put it so well. That is
Yeah.
it right there.
Yeah.
Because you hear a lot of things, you hear a lot of things, um, you
Oh,
know,
Titi. L is silent. So it's Titi.
oh, okay, TT, okay, okay, got it. Yeah,
First time
that is
hearing
a
that
powerful
name.
statement. Yeah, that is a powerful statement right there. That
True.
yeah,
True.
it's true. Yes, yeah. I'll hand
Mm-hmm.
it over to you.
Yeah. I'm going to say that even with the Western culture, it wasn't always like this. They
No.
also came from that. And so, one point I want to make with that is that we don't have to stay with whatever we know. We can also
Hmm.
move and develop
Hmm.
because that culture, if something doesn't work well, we should always like improve upon it because in the
Hmm.
past women in the western part, even when they were asked to groom themselves, it was because of a man. They were asked to groom
Yes.
themselves, be like what, centerpieces, or like, I don't know, an accessory,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
the
Please let me cut in here. I remember how I say you're supposed to be. What's the word? Vapid. Now I have to go look like something empty.
yeah.
Stand around small and do your watercolors, and you can't know more than a man. You can't speak your mind because if you are too whatever, you'll be labeled. The man won't
Yeah.
like you. He'll intimidate him. So be soft and be quiet.
Yeah.
Be mousy.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they were like accessories for the man, so that
Yes.
when they go out with you, they feel proud that they have you, just like you feel proud to have a pretty bag that you really love. So that's how women were treated back then. And
Token.
yeah, there are some movies that I watch and it amazes me, like women who break out of this. You know, when after dinner, the women will withdraw to one side, the men will go smoke cigars and talk about business, and the women are talking about, I don't know,
They
polishing
play the piano.
whatever food and whatever. And there was a movie that the woman actually went to the men's side, and her husband was embarrassed, but the husband actually was open to her being developing herself at home,
Mhm.
but in public he could not say that he was for that, right? So
Double
they
standards.
also, I know, yeah, keeping up appearances, and yeah, so yeah, it's it hasn't always been like this. So we can
Yes.
also change our
Yes.
narrative. I don't know how they did it. Maybe a lot of women had to fight for that, but
Hmm.
yeah. But
Yes.
unfortunately for us, most of us, the women, also condone and help these things to keep moving
Yes.
on. Like, because if you want to break out of it, it's women that will come and attack you.
Fully
So
back.
how do we move forward with that? It's just amazing. And
Yeah.
mhm,
Haven't you seen situations where something has happened in our community and then you go to a platform or a radio station interview and then
yeah,
there's two guys and a woman helping to slam and condone the woman, that woman who seemed to have stepped out of line or whatever it is
yeah,
that um, she did.
they call it.
So
Yeah,
we don't even stand with each other. Our purpose on this earth is to always follow the status quo and making sure the status quo is maintained. And women help other women to be oppressed.
yeah,
Because if something, I'll take marriage. If something is going on in your marriage and you are put in a situation where you have to get out of it, it's not working, your mental health, your physical health, emotional, everything
yeah.
is just not working out, and you get out, you are in a community, let's even say a church. And
Hmm.
so what happens is people who embraced you when you were married, when your status changed, it becomes a problem. I have to say this and bluntly, there are a lot of insecure women around that they are friends with you, but when your marital status changes, they don't want to relate to you because they see you as a threat. You are coming after their husband. That is very, very sad. So, yes, it goes on all the time. So, that is our badge. If I'm
Mhm.
not married, if I'm not a missus, I'm a nobody.
Yeah. And we even like when we are taught to groom ourselves. Hi,
Hello,
Ruth.
woman of God. Nice to have you on.
Mm.
Thank you. And Semlo de Adosu. Uh-huh.
And even if you look at like our grooming, even the grooming aspect of our, I mean, culture, it's all geared towards marriage too.
Yes.
It's not groom yourself so you can feel good about yourself or
Hmm.
whatever that would empower you, make you feel good, but groom yourself so that you become more attractive to the opposite sex. And that is the
Yes.
main um, message from grooming yourself. So we come out with it's more superficial things that we think about
Yeah.
how
If you
to
don't groom yourself, you won't get picked. You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to dress. Like stuff. It's just the
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
You're
especially
following
when
a
you
script.
also have an expiry date. That's bullshit. Anyway, sorry. Because
What is the expiry date?
I know we I don't know what age that was, but I kept
Mm.
hearing it because
Yes.
I didn't look like I wanted to get married, so I
Oh,
kept hearing that a lot. And I was in my 20s. Like, come on.
yes.
The
Listen.
only
Oh,
Oh no.
Pastor Ruth, I'm so sorry. Yes. And
Yeah.
this is what we we neglect. We treat people badly because of these things.
Yeah.
Woman of God, the question that I'm going
Hmm.
to ask is, would you um be happy seeing your daughter safe and sound, or
Mm-hmm.
yes, you've put the comment right there. That's what I was going to ask. Would you that she would have come
Live,
back to you in
yes.
a baby bag?
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. I have to say this. This is Pastor Ruth. She's a pastor.
Mm.
And people are telling her that she was seen as a bad mother. Who are you to judge? How is she a bad mother?
Or they
You
would
see,
even say she's a bad pastor too.
yes,
Yes,
we
they would
keep
say it.
doing these things. We keep doing these things. And then we think it is right, and then we stand in judgment on people. That is the problem that I have with our kind of faith. We are so
Mm.
judgmental. There's no compassion. There's no empathy. Even for me, hello, Miss Sage. Welcome,
Hi,
welcome,
Miss
welcome.
A.
Nice to see you. You see, it's like, yeah, I've always said it on this platform. I said I have two daughters. My son is the oldest, but the two
Mm-hmm.
daughters, I've told them that you always have to watch for red flags in relationships, even if you don't know and something happens and the person hits you once, walk.
Yeah.
There are people who will tell you that you don't run away just after the person hits you once. Really? He
What if
has
the
to come
second
to his
one is
senses. It is a
fatal?
no-no. Why should he even hit you? Why?
Yeah.
Carry on,
Yeah.
yeah. Have we
Said
exhausted this
if we
topic?
had, yeah, if we had been in the Bible, we would have been the Pharisees. Were
Yes,
such
yes.
hypocrites. Like,
Yes, yes. Because Jesus himself, he was walking with excuse my language, the riffraffs of the society, and he got questioned. Why is he
yeah,
dining with tax
yeah,
collectors? Why is he eating,
mm,
entertaining prostitutes? So we
yeah.
sit on a high and mighty horse's spirit. Look, the thing that bothers me most is to see a Facebook, like a thread, some topic, and then
Mm-hmm.
you go and read the comments and you see the scriptures and the judgmental, and I'm thinking,
Oh,
and you think that you are being Christ-like. We have to stop. We look, there's practical issues, real life going on. Yes,
mm-hmm.
there's real life going on. You can't, huh. Adjoa
No,
says
let me
most
tell you a
cultures,
story. Okay,
um,
finish reading and then.
most cultures, society, communities are programmed to cripple one gender for domination, yes, authoritative power, manipulation, lies, manipulation to fit their selfish interests. The sad truth is that the gender oppressing genders are not in a hurry to learn anything valuable to break that cycle because they are comfortable in their dependency status. Oh yes, in most cases, our own kinds are the one who disregard our personal gain and enable foolishness. We, the women sitting in it, yeah, we were saying it earlier, will be the ones helping this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, Doris. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. She says, thank you for keeping it real. God has given us wisdom. This is the thing. When you speak the truth,
True.
we don't like it. It's Amajo on platform. She says, my favorite word. I didn't create the word. It's a tree word. Katasumwemwa. So the cover
Was
up is the cover up is too much, and we just have to peel the layers, and deal with the truth, because you don't know. Yeah, people, you can't. Yeah, have we finished with the culture?
yes,
We should go
I
to,
think so. Yeah.
okay. So
When are we
this
going
is
on commercial break? It's 10 a.m.
10:15.
Okay.
Yeah, 10:15 and then 10:45. Okay.
All right.
So sacrificial lamb versus self-esteem. We are talking about women learning to love themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
sacrificial lamb versus self-esteem. Which one would you pick?
Definitely not a sacrificial lamb. Who am I sacrificing for? Like, and whoever you're sacrificing for, do they even appreciate it? Do they even see that you're
Yes,
sacrificing? Because most of the time, it seems like you're supposed to do it. It's my, I don't know, prerogative that you serve me, or I don't know,
yes.
like I
You're
don't even know how
expected
to
to.
put it. You're expected to do it because
Hmm.
you're a woman. But yeah, I'd rather have self esteem, and
Hmm.
I think the sacrificial lamb is low self esteem, and then I guess high self esteem, because
Hmm.
if you feel the need to always be low, always please people, that's how I think that's when the sacrificial lamb comes in. And that is
Hmm.
when you do not love yourself, because you always choose others over you. There's a difference between love and, as you clearly stated, because I never read the that quotation like you put it. Love your neighbor as yourself. I always
Hmm.
neglected as yourself part.
Hmm.
So like you pointed it out. So we
Okay.
need to, yeah, because I always, yeah, love your neighbors as yourself, but it never really registered that it should be as you love your own self. yourself,
Yes.
not hate yourself and love your neighbor.
Yeah, that was my greatest revelation when I say it. I laugh when I say it, but I was like you. I used to hear, oh, love your neighbor as yourself. And you just take it like that and go, well, it says
Mm-hmm.
as yourself. So
Yes.
there's nothing wrong because you are created in God's image. So why would you
Mm-hmm.
hate yourself?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
know, so all these problems that we're having, one of the clips that I did, it seemed like it was around Valentine's Day. I hadn't planned it that way, but I'm saying that, yeah, we say love never fails, but when we learn how to love ourselves, then love will never fail because we'll be on the. I'm not saying it's like obviously there's not going to be perfection, but at
Yeah.
least we'll be far ahead of where we are at right now. Because right now, what happens in marriages, because of these dynamics that we are talking about, is bullying and control. Oh, I'm the man. You're supposed to serve me. And she said, well, yeah, if you don't get a man who's understanding and whatever, all they expect is that a woman should cook, clean, and be providing services in the bedroom. But this woman too was brought on this earth as a child of God, and they
Mm-hmm.
have a brain in their head and they are supposed to fulfill a destiny. So you see, we
Yes.
go around rushing to get into these marriages, but we forget. I'm not a marriage expert, or I'm not a counselor. Me too. I went into marriage. I didn't know anything. I went in with a lot of naive stuff, and the rest is history. So, but
Yeah.
you have to realize that your destiny, don't buy into that thing that they tell you that, oh, your glory is in. Look, there's a biblical aspect. I'm not I love the Bible, everything, but I don't stand here and say I'm coming to teach on marriage. No, but the point about it is that you forget that you are here on this earth, you have a destiny, something to work out. So if you are thank you, if you are if you go and marry the wrong person, it is a problem because your destiny is not going to come out. And some men are so insecure, they want to dominate and control you. They won't allow
Yes.
you to do your thing. And meanwhile, I've heard this. Was it Adjoa who was even making this comment? The man is living out, doing their stuff, taking their courses, training themselves. You are sitting there and you are being unhappy. So it's a conversation that has to be had, and it should be had
Yeah.
before the marriage.
For marriage.
What are your
Yes.
aspirations? Individual aspirations, the core, the family aspiration, the couple. You have to talk about all these things. Not, oh, I want to get married. Oh, hello, Sister Belinda. Nice to
So,
have you. Thanks for joining us.
yeah.
Yeah, continue. Why, Pacho?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hello, Pastor P.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, please continue. We were at sacrificial lamb versus
Sacrificial.
self-esteem.
Yeah. Yeah. Apart from like being like a people pleaser, like when you have low self esteem, like you see yourself comparing yourself to others, and
Mm-hmm,
not because maybe you have the same goal or anything, because if you have the same goal as somebody and you're striving to get to where they are, that's totally different, and it's
mm-hmm,
needed to have somebody like that to look up to, maybe to learn from, because we're all learning. But
mm-hmm,
if you keep comparing yourself to everybody else and thinking that I'm low and I have to, like the unimportant things, like, oh, they moved to this neighborhood, so we must get there too. Like I see that a lot. Or
Oh,
like
really?
they got, yeah, or they got anyway. I remember something. They got there was a group in Toronto. There is a group in Toronto, and you call it address. So your address actually determines your worth. So yeah, when you have low self-esteem, that's when you do not know your worth, your actual worth. Then
Mm-hmm.
you're putting it in things, superficial things, buying
Yes.
expensive clothes when you do not have the money. If you have the money and you want to splurge, of course, go ahead. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there are a lot of beautiful things out there.
Hmm.
And if I had the money, maybe I'll have one or two in my closet.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
if you make that the main focus and that is what
hmm,
determines who you are, then that's where the problem lies. And we all have different goals and different purposes in life. So you don't look at somebody and try to be them. So
mm-hmm.
instead, go in, do your own assessment, find out what gifts God has given you. That will tell you your purpose here on earth, because mostly that's what it is. Because He
Yeah.
gives you gifts to accomplish your purpose on earth, and that will give you even more satisfaction than all these things that
Mhm.
we keep comparing ourselves to others.
So, if you've just come on, we are talking about Dear Woman, Learn to Love Yourself, and it's based on pages 180 to 182 of The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. And we've dealt with cultural script that women follow and the grooming, the things that stop us from learning to love ourselves. So, in summary of that, is that we've been taught to look at other people, satisfy other people, make other people happy, and we forget ourselves. And we're talking about the next point being sacrificial love versus self-esteem. Because we are groomed to be outer focus, you become like a sacrificial and you sacrifice everything for everybody. You don't think about it because you think it's expected of you. So in essence, you lose yourself. You don't know
Yeah.
who you are. So versus having self-esteem, when you know who you are, what you're on this earth to fulfill. How do you feel inside yourself? Like there are a lot of people. I always make this comment that there's women that you can't get them to stay at home by themselves for 1 minute because they are used to being in groups, talking on phone, doing this, doing that. So you
Yeah.
know what? You know how silent my house has been this week. And during the day,
Beautiful.
everybody is working and I'm here alone and I'm just, oh, this feels good. Like, you are, it's not nothing is I don't know how to explain it.
There's
I
no,
don't get,
like, you don't have that need to have someone around you. Like,
yeah, I don't feel, oh, I'm alone, this, that, that.
have to
No,
be.
it's you're just doing your thing, right?
Yeah.
You're just doing your thing. So Ajua says the limitations and dysfunctional mindset is deeper beneath the surface. Majority of people tend to scratch the surface and never put in the adequate time to truly deal with the root of the problem at hand. Those who show any signs of fixing the problems put a band-aid on the wounds for as long as it can maintain, then blame others when they are called on their wrongdoing. That is exactly
It's,
it.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
settling in comfort zones are part of the setting conditions, period. So with all this, with what she just said, we are afraid. Do you know that we are afraid? If we tell we a lot of us, the ladies on these platforms, we make these comments. We've talked about things like work
Mm-hmm.
on yourself, do your inner work. Do you know that people are afraid? Like you can't be, they don't want to even be silent for a minute because
Yeah.
it's like, Sister Ajua, Pastor P is greeting you. We can't be silent for a minute because we don't want to deal with our thoughts. We don't want to deal with what's going on inside us.
Inside. Yeah.
Yes. And it's like for me when I stand there and I'm like, I know when I'm not feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a way that I work on it. Like
Yeah.
I self-talk, like get to the root of it and then I move on. There's
Mm-hmm.
times that you tell yourself that you don't never make the mistake that we are saying that just rush hurriedly through. Don't you know? There are certain things you have to walk through. If something keeps reoccurring and it's very painful, it tells you that you need to walk through the pain and sift through it to get to the other end. But nobody who is willing to do this, we are just like the programming. Okay, I've come. I'm in Abrochre. I'm here to work and make money. I get up in the morning, I go to work. I come, I send my kids off, I cook for my husband, I do this, and that's it. The men and women alike.
Mm-hmm.
We don't, we our only plan is for back home, but we are
Yeah.
not thinking about the here and now of where we are,
Yeah.
right? We don't
Right.
think about that. It's like we are fulfilling a different script and it's not about us, it's about other people.
Mm-hmm.
Learn to live for yourself, live for you. And you see, part of this problem we're having, the sacrificial, in our culture, we are taught that you have to think about other people. So when you start to think about, do things, oh, Trena, who they are like this woman, she's this, oh, that man, this. But do you know all the garbage that I've had to go through to get to where I'm sitting right now? So I will tell you that you do your work. And when you've done your work, we can talk.
Yeah.
Because for me to go back there and monkey with that stuff, I'll be bringing myself down and it's not healthy. I know how I feel right
Yes.
now, and I'm still doing more work, but so sometimes it's a reflection on what happened, then admit that there's a need to stop and reset our priorities. This is the thing. Do we do that? Do we do that?
No.
Pastor P says, build yourself and invest emotionally in yourself. Oh, you see, it's not easy. Look, a lot of us are invested doing our work. And so it's not like um, you know, it's Adra was making a comment yesterday on her program about how people will say, oh, this person, or Kaswa they are not talking to people, or somebody will pass by you, they won't greet, but then they'll go and say, oh, sure. When I said greetings, anybody can greet. It is social skills. It is social skills. We don't know social skills. Sometimes you greet your own fellow man and they don't respond. That's not manners, right? So this investing in yourself, building yourself emotional, it's not that we are sitting around wanting to be snobs. So if you've worked hard on yourself, you don't want to get into that pit, that muddy pit that
Yeah.
you came out from. You don't. You don't. Yeah. Come on now. Like we
Yeah.
can't. Like we can't. I can't
Yeah.
go back there. I can't afford to go back there. Like I say, and I usually, what do you call it? I always quote Amajo, drifting through life. Look, I drifted and then I got to a point and I woke up. But I don't sit here crying over spilled milk. No, you just keep working forward. But I don't want to go back there and
Yeah.
be drifting. Like there's
Yeah.
days that I have a schedule of things that I'm supposed to do. Like yesterday, I didn't do much. I'm not guilting myself. I did one or two to be continued. That's my
Mm-hmm.
focus and my mindset now. It's not
At
back there,
least you
sit
have
there
it
and
down. You know what you're doing.
yes, sit there and do nothing. No. Yeah, I think
It's
it's
time.
time to
Okay,
go
when we
for
come back.
a break.
Uh, uh, uh,
But we'll just let me see. Can't find it. So reflections for I've forgotten the title. Hey, yeah, you are frozen. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul is my first book that came out in 2020. You can find it on Friesen Press, Amazon, and then Innovi Books, Google Books, and iTunes. It's an inspirational book based on the Word of God. I take scriptures and I write little stories. So if I'm walking along and I see a situation, I just look at it and then I write about it. And the reviews for this are just great. So if you want to be inspired in life, just get this book and read it. The editor at Friesen Press, when she read this book, she was very inspired. She thought, "Oh wow!" And I said, "Wow, she really was encouraged by it." So I encourage you to get your copy. So then we go to the next. Yeah, you're frozen. And there it is, my second book, which is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. You can find it on Amazon worldwide, Barnes and Nobles. and Innovi Books. This book is full of wisdom nuggets for women to empower women to live their best lives. There's questions that you have to answer. This is what we're talking about. The stuff that we don't want to deal with, the stuff that we don't pay attention to. But there gets to a point in life that you need to pay attention because your life is passing you by and you can't afford just to drift through life. You came here for a purpose and you need to
Yeah.
find out what that is and work on it. So on we go. And that is my third book, which came out last October, Refreshing for My Weary Soul. It's a devotional. It's a very short read. It's full of little drops of pearls and then waters of refreshing and practical nyamisem. I take a scripture from the Bible and then I tell a story about it. And then there's some prayers and just different things that you can glean from it. Get your copy. Amazon worldwide, as well as Barnes and Nobles and Innovi Books. So these are books. You know what? We're talking about investing in ourselves. We will spend that money,
Yes.
$200 to buy one dress, but these here, $25 each. I believe this is also 24, like 20 or $25. I forget what the current price is. Books are cheap, or you can get the Kindle version. You have to want to learn. It's like yesterday, I'm in this group. What's it, Dr. Adeyemi, and he put a thing out. He said, a book out. He said, go and read it. It's by Gary Keller and what's the name? I forget the last name. I can see the spelling in my mind, but it's called The One Thing. You know, we think that success is doing a whole bunch of things at once, but focus on the one thing that will get you results. Me, as usual, I'll get books. Yeah, I went to I got actually I got the Audible because I have credits on Amazon, so I have the Audible version. But then I found it on PDF Drive, and I started reading. I said I have to do well in this, but I like books, so I have it. Like you have to be willing to invest. These are free. Even if I had to buy it, I would. I buy
Yeah.
books. The best investment you can get for yourself is to acquire knowledge. You
Knowledge.
have, like a lot of us, a lot of people are dying and going to the grave with brains that were not used to their full potential. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I don't know. Was it Miles Monroe? Or somebody said the graveyard is the wealthiest place in the world because there's all
Yeah.
this knowledge and untapped resources sitting in there. And for me, I don't think ignorance is not bliss anymore. As a people, we have to wake up. Let's continue.
Especially in
I
our
think
time and age when like
yeah,
knowledge is abundant everywhere you look on your phone, everywhere you can find
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. There's
But
a few comments, so
back
I'm
to
going to go
the
through. Yeah,
oh,
I'm going to
okay.
go through. A few came in, so I'll just go through quickly and
Sure,
then we'll
sure.
continue. Hello, and my greetings to you also, Pastor Patience Edwards. We are blessed and grateful by the grace of God. Thank you. How are you and your family? Pastor P says, from time to time, pause and take stock of your life. Ask yourself, I'm happy and satisfied at where I'm at right now. Yes. She's answering Ajua. She says, we're all good. Okay, what's the next one? I meant to do your commercial after and then I just broke. She goes, simple and bam, Pastor Patience Edward. Yeah, about
Okay.
stopping and taking stock. So Miss Sage says, in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, young women would go to the ballroom and other social gatherings to meet a partner with the hope of getting married, as seen in Mrs. Bennet's concern for her unmarried daughters. Miss Sage, say it again, oh. Say it again. That was the only requirement in life.
Uh-uh.
So you are called an old maid or
Yeah.
sitting a wallflower. Amen and amen, Pastor Patience. Glory be to God for his blessings. Okay. Yeah, carry on. Hello, yeah. You're frozen. Let me bring up the banner. Oh, yeah, it's having a lot of problems with her network this morning. So, sacrificial lamb versus self-esteem. It's very important to find out who you are. Okay, there she is. Yes, being a sacrificial lamb. Hello, yeah.
Yes, my Wi-Fi is making me really mad.
Yeah, you were making a comment before you went off.
Yeah, I was just going to add on to the sacrificial lamb and say
Mm-hmm,
that when you don't have any boundaries, like if you're not able to enforce boundaries in your life, then you become a sacrificial lamb too, because you're doing things that you don't even have time for, or you're giving up time for yourself, or even,
mm-hmm,
I don't know, for people, just because you're not able to create boundaries and enforce them, or
mm-hmm.
say no. You should be able to
Yes,
say no, no
yes.
matter how it makes you look.
Mm-hmm,
Don't worry about how people perceive you. Worry
mm-hmm,
about how you feel. Worry about your motives for saying no.
mm-hmm.
Because if they are not going to understand, that's just, it's up to them. You have a reason for saying no, you explain, and that's it. Don't think about it anymore. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah, that's what I wanted to add to the sacrificial thing.
thanks. Yeah, that is a big thing for us in our community. We sacrifice everything for people. And it's very sad to see us, even women here, will sacrifice instead of dealing with ourselves and being there for our own children, investing in ourselves and in them. We're helping everybody back home. And they make you feel guilty, so of course you have to do it. But when are you going to take a stand for? You are helping other people over there. Maybe you are going to retire and go over there, but your children who are over here are going to stay over here. At best they'll go over there for visits only. We need to get this right. Uh, let's not just give everything over. You can't give everything away. You have to keep
Yeah.
something for you. It starts with you. Even in the plane, they tell you put on your own mask before you go and help somebody else, help your child.
Yes.
So think of you. It's not selfish. Think about you. Is everything working in my life? Oh, okay. Is this need here? Have I paid off this? Am I doing this? When you have a little bit extra, then you can give to somebody else. Don't work hard like a workhorse and go and
Yeah.
give your money all away and sit in poverty here. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
I had to throw that in.
Yeah, true.
So, so we'll go to self-love and affirmation. If anybody has any comments on any of the stuff we've talked about, questions, what have you, just put it in the chat and we will talk about it. Ajua says our society communities have a long way to go when it comes to acquiring knowledge, taking steps to learn better coping skills, take time to unlearn, relearn to grow, and unite to develop ourselves and our nations.
Hmm.
Ajua, this conversation we have had it like it's here we are sitting here talking about this. How many people are on here? But let's just say that and I put a topic that we are coming to deal
We're
with somebody
five.
or insult somebody,
Yay.
we would be at 5,000 by now. Mhm. So, so it's the programming.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah.
programming. Yes. So we'll carry on to self-love and
Affirmation.
affirmations.
Yeah. I think not most, all affirmations are like telling yourself positive things. So
Hmm.
if you have to love yourself, because I don't know, you would not think that you hate yourself, but everything you do might portray that you hate yourself, because nobody
Yeah.
actually speaks that out loud, that I hate
Mm-hmm.
myself. Some do, the extreme, in extreme
Mm-hmm.
cases, some do, but you have to check, like, how do you treat yourself? I read
Mm-hmm.
somewhere that you treat yourself as your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you get your self love right. And um, it's mostly also what we tell ourselves that we believe. Just like saying something over and over and over again
Mm-hmm.
makes you believe in it. It's like they
Yeah.
fake it till you make it, but on the positive side of not the social media fake it, but
No, 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 no.
yeah, this one will bring positive things to you if you're
Yeah.
um saying positive things. And that I find mostly here. Maybe in our community we might think it, but we don't really come out to say it. But
Mm-hmm.
here I find people saying, "Oh, I'm so stupid," and I say, "Don't say that. Like,
I
why
always
would you
do
say
that
that?"
too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't talk like that to myself. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Why would you say that? Yeah. You're not
I'm so dumb.
stupid.
Let me
And
say
if
it.
you did, yeah. Oh, I'm so dumb. Yeah.
I'm so
You might
clumsy.
have
I'm a
done.
klutz. I'm
I'm
a
a
klutz.
klutz. Yes. You might have done something stupid. Yes, that doesn't make you stupid. So just learn the difference. You might have done something bad. I mean, that doesn't mean
It's
that you
like,
are a
yeah,
stupid person.
yeah. Sometimes even I'll say the girls, like my younger girl, she's doing something and maybe, oh, boom, something spills, water or milk on the floor. And I don't say anything. I'm doing my thing. Something
Yeah.
spilled. She'll wipe it off. Or she may say something, oh, how blah, blah. And I said, don't talk to yourself like that, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
somebody else may come on the scene. Oh, how come this? How come that? No, you need to leave people to manage themselves.
Yeah.
They're already feeling bad. You don't need to go and add to it.
After this, yes.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just something that happened. We make mistakes. Let's acknowledge that. But we are so rigid. No, it has to be this way. So if this happens, oh, then you didn't do something. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Even you have this concept of self-love. People will tell you that, oh, when we go back to the sacrificial lamb thing that we're talking about,
Mhm.
self-love, oh, you're selfish. What a
Yes.
selfish attitude. All you think about is yourself. Oh, this. No,
Mhm.
no, no, you can't do that. It's always give away, give away. No, you are important. You are
Yeah.
important. There's this other lady that um I'm listening to. What her name? Her name is Margie Worrell. You've got this. And yesterday, when I was listening to it, she made this comment that you have to write affirmations out,
Yes.
record it, and listen to yourself. And I forget, I can't quote you on it because I forget all she said. Something like, if you listen to it constantly for a week, you'll see the
Hmm.
difference that you, something along those lines.
Your
So
attitude will change, eh?
yeah, you
Yeah.
have to pay attention. You have to be intentional about this
Yeah.
because let me tell you, there are a lot of women walking around, like I say, in these friendship groups. You
Hmm.
know, you can be in a situation where you are not allowed, you won't ask questions. You are just sitting there and you know that you have to ask questions. You know, it's the timidity, like this grooming we're talking about. We've been groomed to just be timid.
Yeah.
I've told you there have been situations where we've gone to church leadership meetings and I'm sitting there and whatever we are discussing, and I know that I could be wrong, but for me, I know this to be a fact based on the timidity factor. I'll
Hmm.
say, oh, maybe this is a question somebody may want to ask, but they are afraid to speak up. So I'm going to ask just for the benefit of whoever is remaining silent.
Yes.
Yeah. And so you ask it and you go, yeah, maybe it has helped somebody because we are so afraid to speak up.
Hmm.
Your voice is your power.
Yes.
This self
It
love
is.
affirmations, your voice is your power. So, your voice, what are you using to say to yourself? Oh, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, oh, I'm smart. I can do it. Yes, it's challenging, but I know I have it inside me to do it.
Yeah.
I can do that. I can get
Yes.
there. And you
Hmm.
run your own race, not competition. Oh, I want to be like Yara, so I'm going to do what? No, no, that's not what we're talking about. If you want to learn from Yara, so you go to her and say, hey, yeah, I see you are doing this. So, well, how do you do that? Show me. If she wants to, she'll show you. There are some people to you ask questions, they won't show you. They won't show you because they don't want you to come alongside them, right?
Oh.
So, like investing in yourself, self love. Don't be hating yourself. Oh,
Mm.
I'm ugly. Oh, I'm this. I don't have a big bum. Oh, I don't have big breasts. Oh, I'm not shapely. Oh, I'm not this. Really? You know what? Yeah, but in our culture, we focus on these things.
Yes.
Somebody wants to insult you, they'll take a part of your body and be insulting you
And
with it because we haven't worked on ourselves to know how to speak with people. It's very toxic. It's very
Mhm.
toxic. I remember when at work we used to have these sessions with some consultant, right? And there's a phrase that came out of it that I remember: community malaise. Malaise is MALAISE, like something that affects the
Sickness.
whole community. Yeah, it's like ours is timidity, toxicity, pull him down syndromes.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are okay up here and okay in here, the outcome is different.
Yeah.
If you
Yes.
are, the outcome is different. Yes. For me, this is why I tell myself I choose not to hang around negative people. No. If I'm going to be negative, I keep it to myself. I deal with it. But to go out and spew out on people, oh, Naya, what do you think you are doing? Oh,
Yeah.
you have started doing YouTube. Oh, you can go far. Oh. Now, YouTube, there, like
We do like that a lot. It amazes me how people do that. Like, why? What is that supposed to help? If you can't help the person, just shut up.
I can't do it, so you can't do it. Yes.
Oh,
So learn to affirm yourself. Look, there are people who are so low, down low, like there's women who think that it's only a man. They can only survive uh if they have a man by their side.
right.
No, no. You're breathing on your own. The man is not breathing for you. You are not attached to his hip. He's not attached to your hip. You are together, yes, like this. You love one another, but there's time for separateness. You have to learn to stand alone because you have two legs. Stand on your own 2 feet. The man is not standing on your feet for you, you
Mhm.
know. Pastor P says, women, let us love ourselves so we can grow together. 5 women growing positively together can build a nation. Please tell me about it. That is
Oh,
very profound right there. But what do we do? Yes,
oh,
insecurities. Yes, insecurities. It's amazing how insecure women can be. Like you can be in the presence of a woman and then she starts flipping her hair and doing kinds of, I'm like, oh, okay. What's going on there? I've had it happen to me. And you go, what is
ah,
going on?
Patrice.
Like, what is that? What is your problem? Be confident. Look, you don't need to be threatened by anybody. You don't
No.
need to be threatened by anybody. Stand your ground, own yourself. You have your strengths, they have their strength, they have their weaknesses, you have yours. You can build each other up, but not sit there around destroying each other with gossip, bitterness, pettiness, and all that. No. So, affirming yourself, you have to affirm yourself. It's something you have to do daily. Look,
Yeah.
if you are so down, so destroyed, your self-esteem has been so destroyed, whether as a result of your upbringing, you yourself in some company that you kept, or marriage, or what have you, you
Mhm.
start slowly.
Yeah.
You owe it to yourself one step at a time. I'm good. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. You say it in your head all day because maybe a man is telling you, oh, you useless woman, without me, you can't do anything. You tell yourself, I'm good. I'm good enough. You start working on yourself slowly. Then they start to see the changes. Ebedu biribi no na ase n'ani so eyi ne sini. Like, oh, what's going on? The
They will
dynamic
see the
change.
difference. Yeah.
Yes,
Even if you
the
don't
dynamic.
say anything to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, let's pretend this. What shall I do? This is a plate here. Don't put yourself on a platter, and just hand it over like that. Own
Mm.
yourself. Own it.
We
Ajua
should
says,
learn to. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
oh, okay. Ajua says, I have abundant self-love, focus on my self-care to maintain my mental stability, build my self-confidence, values, self-assurance, self-discipline, self-resilience, self-respect, basically self-everything to empower my personal needs capacity. I can rely on myself to not disappoint because even the Creator plus the Bible says to not rely on humans. Who can trust 100%? Who can you trust
Wow.
100% other than yourself? Thank you. And then Pastor P says, what is wrong with some women? Why can't we appreciate someone's strength and success? I have no idea, Pastor P. I'm still trying to answer that question. It just boggles, my mind, it boggles my mind to no end. Hello, Efwa.
Hey.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. You're tagging an Arab, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's just I don't know. I really, really don't know. Going
Mm.
back to Pastor P's comment, like, sometimes you see things on Facebook or what have you. Oh, this woman did this, she's become something, and you are so happy. You think it's you because you're so happy to see, oh, hey, somebody's, pushing, somebody's made, oh, she had 3 kids, she's a what do you call it, a single mother, and she's got her law degree, and we're all, hey, so happy. Why
Yeah.
can't we be like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Look, we all have something that we are good at. We all have something that we are good at. Yes. I can't be Pastor P. Pastor P can't be me. Yeah, I can't be Ya can't be me. We are all individuals. Ajoado is an individual. I take from Ajoa, I take from Pastor P, I take from I take from Amajo. Like, and then you go, oh, okay, you hear something. Oh, great. You know,
Yeah.
but we are so
Not.
consumed rather with tearing each other down.
Yeah, we should also learn to forgive ourselves. Like if
Hmm.
you make a mistake, else that can also pull you down and make you feel like you're worthless.
Yes,
Everybody
yes.
makes a mistake. Everybody
Mistakes.
messes up at a point, but
Hmm.
it's just how you handle it. You have to
Yes.
learn to forgive yourself. You have to learn to let go of the past too. You
Hmm.
might have done some things but that should not determine your worth or determine who you are. You are not that. You're
Thank
God's
you.
child. You're
Thank
worthy
you.
of
What you
whatever.
just said, I'll go
Yes.
back and quote Apostle Frank again about the upbringing. He said, in this society, this is what he wrote. In this society, uh, when the teacher asks a question in the classroom, yes, they want you to answer right, but they are mainly interested in how you express yourself in answering that question. So
Exactly.
a
Yeah.
child is not necessarily like, I mean, if somebody is sitting in a classroom fearful to speak, is them saying, oh, maybe I can't answer, but you're allowed to express yourself.
Uh-huh.
When I first came here, I didn't understand why teachers in the classroom, they're allowing the children to write anyhow and they are not correcting the spelling. I mean, spelling idiot, they don't spell good, but that self-expression, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And so Apostle Frank was comparing it to our environment where we'll just sit down quietly and timidly, like afraid, because if you speak up, and you go and give the wrong answer, the way the teacher will rush you. So fear will not even let you express yourself. So we've already conditioned ourselves or condemned ourselves to this, the command control environment. Master, master, oh, I can't, always looking up to somebody instead of, oh, I have an opinion and my opinion also counts.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah, that's
we have
true.
a lot to learn there. Mhm. It's rather sad, but we're talking about self-love. If you've never taken a look at yourself as a human being or as an individual, oh, I'm busy living life, I have responsibilities, I have this, please, after you listen here, just sit down. It doesn't even have to be 5 minutes. Sit down quietly and see what is running through your mind. We don't allow ourselves space and time to enjoy our own company because we're so
Yes.
afraid of what might come up. It's very scary, but you do the work and you'll be happy. You'll be happier for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's almost quarter to. Let's go. Are we done with this self-love,
Self love,
self-affirmation?
self love. Yeah.
Speak
Yeah, you were
positively.
saying to
Mhm.
record. There's another way is also like to write things on
Yes,
notepads and put in places. And
but read it.
yeah, currently what I've also done is like I've put stuff on my phone, things, pictures, and stuff that
Yes,
I want to see
yes,
every time, so it's on my mind, kind of like a vision board. But
yes,
you can do
yes,
that as well.
yes.
Whatever, anything that will make you keep saying the same things,
Mhm,
positive things over and over to yourself. Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
I am worthy. I am
Mm-hmm.
worthy, because there are women who feel so low, so down. They don't think they can accomplish anything. Oh, I can't do that. She can, but I can't. Why not you?
Yeah.
So we're going to go on, take some commercials. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you did put. Yes, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. We have What's My Watson Russell. I talk about natural health and beauty, and I post a new video every Monday. So check out the new video on Monday and then the old videos as well. That's it.
Awesome. So please go and support Ya Russell and subscribe to her YouTube channel. Yes. Okay. Moving on. So
Thank you,
there it
Auntie.
is.
Yeah, I forgot to say that.
There it is. All the stuff that we're talking about today, you have to own it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to own your stuff. Look at your work. So the ebook that you saw will be available for pre-launch on Thursday, March 24th. On that day, I'll be sharing a link. I need you to support me by going to Amazon and purchasing your copy for 99 cents. The book, the actual manuscript will be uploaded in due course. I have a year from the date of the launch to put the book out. The manuscript is ready. It has to go through an edit, an editor and all that. So I'm pretty sure that within the course of the year, the actual book, when everything is finalized, you will get your copy for reading. What prompted me to do this? This here, Own It, is a guide to taking responsibility for your life journey, responsibility and accountability for your own life journey. The excuses that we make not to take charge and be in control of our lives. Oh, I can't do it. I'm not smart enough. I come from a poor family. Oh, I'm just a woman. And so, yes, you've been groomed to depend on a man. So you don't know that you have to bring something also to the table. I'm going to read a little excerpt from the book. This title, it's part of the book, but I called it Own It. I said, one of the lessons I've learned as I've grown older is not to expect too much from others. We burden people with unnecessarily with our expectations sometimes. Unrealistic expectations only lead to disappointment. Are we willing to do for others what we expect them to do for us? That is a question we all have to answer. As an individual, you must understand that nobody owes you anything. Remember also that everybody has a burden they are carrying. So I'll leave it right there. It's a guide only. It talks about things like watching your thoughts, watching your words, pursuing excellence, being bold. Some of it you may be doing already, some too you can learn. For me, sometimes you read books and you read things from books that you already know, but you also pick new nuggets. Be
Yeah.
willing to expand yourself like an elastic. Uh-huh. My old pastor used to say, stretch yourself. Stretch yourself. You are alive. You are breathing. If you
Yeah.
want to live a vibrant, joyful, fruitful, and productive life, please never fail to invest in yourself. I'll say that again. Never fail to invest in yourself.
Yes.
Okay,
And
let me read.
Auntie'S book, all her books actually are very easy read. So it's not like
Mhm.
bulky read, but there are reflections. So you
Yes,
can read a chapter a day or whatever you want.
yes.
And also, they are very good gifts ideas. Because I
Mhm.
actually got one for someone for last Christmas.
Oh,
If you
wow.
know someone going through something, you can
Yes.
get it for them and you'd be doing them a great favor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, hello, Chiami. How are you? Nice to have you on. Okay, so where were we? Self-love and affirmations. We're done that, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so we're going to go to this here with all the issues that we've talked about, the what do you call it, the cultural script, the grooming, sacrificial lamb versus self-esteem, learning self-love affirmations. This here, we're going to talk about some of the things that you can do to
Mm-hmm.
get away from that path of, following, losing yourself because you are following cultural scripts or norms or what have you. Because basically, you are here alone. You are responsible for your life. You're interacting with other humans, but yeah, Russell is not coming to come and live life for me, and I'm not going to go live life for her. She may need something from me that I can give her, and I may
Yeah.
need something from her that she can give me. That's the best we can do for each other. At the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, you are responsible for yourself. Own it. Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Self care, self discovery. Well, just going
mhm,
to go through things that we can do to ensure that we're caring for ourselves,
mhm,
and self discovery. I think, yeah, self discovery is the first point, right,
mhm.
in this self love journey,
Yes.
because you really need to get to know yourself. And we always say here that you should be asking yourself the hard questions and you
Mhm,
should be answering them honestly, because if you're going to lie to yourself, then you might as well not do it
mhm,
because it's not going to help you. So ask yourself the tough questions, answer them yourself, just to get to know yourself, get to know who you are, like what makes you happy, what makes you tick, what makes you excited. If you know all these things, you will not put yourself in some situations that would maybe make you mad, or.
mhm.
For me, time is like my the most thing that makes me so mad. I don't care how much I love you. The very time that you're late for no reason, I'm going to get mad at you. So all my friends know this. If you want to
Yeah.
go somewhere with me, you have to be early, because I will mess up the whole day because I'll be in a bad mood. So you might as well
Yeah.
not go. Yeah. So if you know yourself, you would know which friends to take, and then your friends will get to know you too, because
Mhm,
you would set your boundaries. They know when to
mhm,
go with you, the extent that they go with you. They know what to expect from you, because my friends know that if I say I would do something for you, they won't ask me, "Are you sure?" Because I
mhm,
would not say I'll do it if I didn't want to do it.
mhm.
And they know that they can rely on me, because in the same vein, I say no. So
Yeah.
they know they know that I
Yeah.
easily say no because I can't do it. I'm not going to say yes and not be able to do it, and then I have to lie. It's too much work.
Yes.
So you get to know yourself.
Mhm.
Another thing that we are also bad at is learn to take compliments. Come on. If
Oh,
if you're being complimented, just say thank you. I mean, accept it. You don't
Okrama
have
Hobrasia.
to. Yeah. So yeah, learn to take compliments. Thank you and believe it. Just take it on. It's it's an
Yeah.
affirmation from someone else.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah.
interrupt and share the story? I'm pretty sure I said it before. I don't remember when, but it's been a while. This thing that you're talking about is the upbringing. Oh,
Yes.
my father's funeral, which was 19 Kojohoho, how many years ago? Almost 27 years ago. So I think somebody came to the funeral and we were seeing them off. So we we walked that way. I forget who I was with, by myself or with one of my sisters. I don't remember. So I'm passing by, and there's some bandsmen, like they are playing the organ and all that. And then somebody called. I don't know. Like I happened to look at them, and the comment that he made is he said, "Sisters, Like there's 5 girls of us, and I laughed. I said, "Oh, thank you." So I went back to my mom, my son, and my sisters were sitting there, and I said, "Oh, I passed by that gentleman, and he said this and that, and I said thank you." My
Mhm.
mom looked at me some way. The older generation, they can't. I said, "Hey." I didn't speak the words, he did, and I acknowledge.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
we
it.
used to be, "Oh, you are so good at, oh, and yes, she was, no, say thank you."
Mhm.
I've learned to say, "Oh,
Mhm.
thank you." And I've
Yeah.
learned to give the compliments too. Like I said,
Yes.
when I get in the elevator at work and I see people, I see ladies and say, "Oh, that looks nice on you." And you have a
It
conversation, they're
doesn't
like,
take
"Oh, have a
anything
great
away
day."
from you.
Doesn't
Yeah.
take anything, but we
Yeah.
don't know that. So
Yeah.
these kinds of things, we don't support each other, you know? You
Mm-hmm.
come on here, the program is a good program, share so that somebody too will benefit. They think
Yeah.
that if they do it for you, oh, you are going to get up there and then so what is our issue exactly? You know, um, just be there for others, within
Yeah.
boundaries. Like I'm saying, this compliment thing is very important because we don't even give the compliments.
We don't.
Like I said hello to a lady at a wedding, and also show me to because where I'm this is social. If you are on, this is what I'm talking. The social skills. You see,
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking towards this person so I can turn and go to a chair. So if you are in my line of vision, I'm not just going to look at you and pass you by like you're not a human being. I don't know your name, but what I've been taught is when you see a human being, you greet
Yeah.
them.
No.
I greeted
Yeah.
them, Mamini Shemito, and I said, "Yeah, I know I look good, but please say hello." Like, the manners, these are some of these things. Self-discovery, you learn how to act around people. When you've
Yes.
dealt with your bitterness and your jealousies and your insecurities, when you see people doing well, you're so happy for them, you just rush and say, "Hey, guys, this is great." It shows in in your attitude, everything. And then when
Mm-hmm.
you meet those bitter ones too, they don't know you, but they see you coming, and then they put, there's some look on their face. "Ya kunkum ya nim tan tan tan." Like, what is that? Look, yeah, if you are not happy, it shows.
It does. It
And this
does.
is what we are carrying these things inside us, and then we go out into the community at social gatherings, and then we act out to each other.
Yeah.
If you don't know better, then you sit there and go, "Oh, what did I do?" It's not you, it's their problem. Look, I've learned to
Mm.
cut to the chase and say anybody who's going to act weird towards me is their problem. I have
Yes.
nothing to do with it. I'm not owning that.
No
Yes.
worries. Yep.
No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Ajua says self-care and self-discovery is when people value their own existence without doubts, unnecessary competition, comparisons. Be honest, transparent, have mutual respect, take accountability of their actions, be supportive, have better understanding without judgment, set boundaries, have strategic planning. Hey, Ajua, strategic planning part, you know that. Ajua says, own your
You're
nonsense,
not.
work harder, and be responsible. Thank you.
Bam bam.
Own your nonsense, work harder, and be responsible. Get rid of faking it until you make it.
Yes.
Deal with reality. We only because of the Kataso syndrome in the community, people hate people who speak the truth. Even when the
Right.
truth is staring them in the face, it's like my my mother. Anytime I'm talking to her, I don't do politics on this platform, but for the sake, I want to laugh. So I'll say, then she'll say, the last time I was talking to her, she says, NDC phone, blah, blah, blah. And I said, "Oh, Mama, MPP phone, so they're all rascal. Tell them, blah, blah, blah." Oh, then she burst out laughing. I'm saying, you can't take one side and forget the other. I don't believe in
No.
that. It is
No.
she
No. No.
knows every time she's trying to
That's
tell
it.
me because she's staunch MPP, she's trying to be so. And I'm like, you listen, you here. Don't bring that to my doorstep. Like, the truth is the truth. So we laugh. I said,
Yeah.
everybody, they're all doing it. You can't blame. Let's be real. You see, the
Mm-hmm.
point about it is that sometimes you've been dealing with the same situation. Say maybe you need to throw it away and try something else. This MPP, NDC, whatever, try something else. But our mind is not there.
No. No.
I'll leave
No.
that there. I don't do politics. But this is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. In the same vein, you, the human being, as we're talking about, what were we saying here? Self-care, self-discovery.
Mm-hmm.
So something is not working, even abrechi, or the tree, if they are doing something, animals, so they know it, they will try something different. Now, how
That's
much you, a human being created in God's image? No, no. We have limited ourselves so much. Limitations, no, it's too much. We limit ourselves so much. Like, find the one thing that you are good at and run with it. Yes. Look, me that I'm sitting here, I've told you that I love Nyamisem. I love the Bible. I'll read it. The memory is not as great as it is, but we're working on it. And, it's like you read the scriptures, you know it, but if somebody is saying it, you in your mind you go, oh, this is what's going to come after it. You can tell. But when you are in church environments and they see people like you, they don't like it. If I was still in those environments, I wouldn't have written 4 books. Yes, because they don't help you. They won't help you to reach your goals. They are insecure. They are insecure. They are insecure about you. Something about you pushes their buttons.
yeah.
And it's sad. When I think about it, I feel very sad to sit here and say that everything that I have done to date, including when I started in my timid way, just putting things on Facebook, in Christian women groups, in other blogging groups, putting my articles in there, starting that I never did. When I did those in a church setting, I'll put something out. The next day you hear something and you know that they are talking to you. Yes, I'll be honest about that.
Yeah.
So all these things came after I left. Why should that be so? Why should that be so?
You're supposed to grow in that
Yes. So
instead.
self-discovery, everything that I did outside of those environments, it's like it's very sad for us that we can't be in our own environment sometimes because you know that, oh yeah, when I was there, this, but your self-growth was stunted. You were being limited. So are you going to stay there or are you going to move?
Move.
And then there's people who create the impression that, oh, as for me, I didn't move, so I'm good enough. No, that's not the point. I'm here on earth. I turned 60 some years ago, a few years ago. I don't have that time, that luxury to be wasting my time, and I don't allow anybody to waste my time. I'm using myself as an example so that you get what I'm saying. It's very so if I continue to sit there, all this would not have come out. But
Yeah.
why couldn't they contain me with all this? You see, Yah comes with her gifts. This person comes with their gift. That person comes with their gift. And then we are building the bigger whole. So our communities, we have to learn to embrace people, be open. Self-discovery means learning who you are, being happy with yourself, being confident in your skills, and not being threatened or feeling insecure about another person's.
Yeah.
It's just it's just terrible. Adwa says the selfishness, jealousy, envious, greedy, dishonesty, disrespect, lying attitudes, and negative attention attributes to loss and nothing to gain for future successes. These things are hindering us because as soon as you start doing well, somebody has a problem with it. Oh, look at that person. Oh, look at this person. But do you know where I've been? Any little thing that I knew is what I'm using now. I used to be a Toastmaster. So if you tell me go and stand here and speak for 2 minutes, yeah, okay, maybe I can say something. But think about yourself that you know you are scared of speaking to people. Why don't you stand in the mirror, write out 2 sentences, memorize it, and look in the mirror and say it to yourself. Get over your fear. The person that you're afraid of, they have 2 eyes like you. They have 2 ears. They have a mouth. They go
You're
to the
talking
bathroom.
to me.
They do the same things that you do. So why should you live being afraid of another human being? You see, people can't handle confident people. Do you know what people told me when I first came to this community, including my own relatives? Oh, what do you say? Really? No, seriously, because you speak the truth, you stand up for
Yeah,
yourself.
that's true. Yeah,
Even
yeah. You're
when those
seen as
days when I came,
arrogant and disrespectful.
I
Yeah.
was timid and they had problems with me. So now what would happen? I'm using myself as a case study. So we hear
Mm-hmm.
something. We're keeping it real.
Mm-hmm.
We're keeping it real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Adra says, no one is born with stupidity, but it's a poor behavior learned by choice. Yes. Hi, Abigail. Abigail says,
Hi.
life
I
without
didn't know
faith
it was
is
you.
fake. God bless you, Auntie, and everyone. Yeah. It's like, come on. What gives you the right to limit another person on this earth? I can't come and limit Adjo and say, Adjo or yeah, and say, oh yeah, what are you doing on YouTube? Stop doing YouTube. Oh, Auntie, yeah, what are you sitting there talking about? Stop it. Pastor P, don't come and tell us anything. Oh, Adjo,
Yeah.
you are making noise. No, we are all living out our destiny. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, self care, self discovery. Go on that journey. Go on that journey. You, the people pleasing woman running after friends. Today is
Mm.
Saturday. By now, they are sitting on the phone. Oh, Edahin, where is it? Where's the afternoon? Yeah. How about maybe you take your child? How about maybe you take your child, do an activity with them, show interest in their life, take them out somewhere, do something. Even if
Yeah.
you don't take them out somewhere, you have a plan. Yes. Mm. Abigail says, when you have faith, they think you are proud. No. You know something? We say self-confidence is a good thing, but self-confidence or God confidence is the highest. Yes. For me, you are not coming to tell me anything different about me because what I believe about myself is from God's word. But a lot of us, for we go to church, we are Christians, Mappa, but we have this low self-esteem. Are you not applying the word that you are reading?
Are
Uh-huh.
they reading it?
Yes. This is why I have practical Nyamisem in this book, my take on the Ghanaian Christianity experience. Yes, we have to keep it real. We have to be real. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else on self-care, self-discovery, and then we can start wrapping up.
Yeah, I was also going to say that you have to like in your self discovery, you have to identify the positive things that you have. I don't think if you have a low self esteem, you feel like you're worthless, but you do have positive traits. Everybody has some negative and positive. I mean, but we manage it, or when you know about it, you get rid of it, or you manage
Mhm.
it however you want to treat it. But if you do not identify the positive ones, then it becomes also difficult to be um, grateful. Like, you're always, it's like, woe is me kind of life, self
Aya,
pity and
me yoba. I'm not supposed to have any goals, any whatever. Me yoba, I can't do it. All that you are saying, what is it? What am I supposed to do?
it's true,
I'm a
but
woman.
you're a woman, but God put in you the same breath that He breathed into the men, He did into us as well. He breathed into us, and He's given us all gifts. So go searching for it. And another thing is to, if you can, if you like writing, like I love to write everything. Like I have a
Mhm.
lot of notebooks. You keep a gratitude journal, because that
Yes.
one will also shift your mindset, it will shift your attitude towards
Mhm.
life. It's not always having the big house or the big cars
No.
that you have to be grateful for. There are a lot of things that we can be grateful for in this life, but if we don't sit down to think about it or to appreciate it, you'd never actually be grateful for them. And you go by like nothing has been done for you, you've got nothing out of life. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what I wanted to add. There was a day I was just sitting, I wasn't doing anything, and there was this tall, very tall tree. I don't know how high it is, maybe hundreds of feet,
Mhm.
and there was one bird sitting on top of it. It was so beautiful, like I'll never forget it. So I put it in my journal because it
Mhm.
brought like it made me happy. I don't know
Yeah.
how, but it did. It was
Yeah.
so beautiful, and there are the little things that makes us happy in life. And when you put them all together, you see that,
Mhm.
oh yeah, I do
Mhm.
have, or I've experienced a lot of blessings that I might have taken for granted if I
Yeah.
did not pay attention.
You know the mental picture I got of what you said about the bread? That
No.
is how high you can go.
Oh yeah.
You know,
That's true.
you can put like the bed went up there, so push yourself, you to keep going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, just perched on. Yeah.
Yeah. Ajua says our decision makings are based on what we understand best works for us, good or bad. Many people make choices based on reaction and not proactive planning because they're running foolish races. Oh yes. You see, Abigail has put it right there and she says, I'm fearfully and
Yes.
wonderfully made.
Yes.
So Psalm 139:14. You say you go to church, you read this. How do you understand it?
Hmm.
So why do you allow somebody to come and put you down and make you feel low about yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Own yourself, own it. Adjoa says negative requires no work, where positivity consists of hard work, consistency, commitment, determination, willingness, compassion, and understanding. Thank you. All these traits, commitment, consistency, are we willing to do it? You have to be determined that you want to get somewhere and you will work at it. Yes. Like the time thing that Yah spoke about, I'm like that too. Time is very important to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Oh,
Yes. I've done that and I've taught my kids that. So every time the two young adults they go, oh, but how come we always show up early at function? And yet my second daughter, even though we're all time driven, she seems to have a problem with time because she'll be the last. Ajua, we're waiting for you. We're going for this and that. And then I had to tell her my classic story that I always tell. I said, Ajua, you'll be applying for an interview, and
mm-hmm.
you and the two other person, they've weeded everybody out, and it's come down to the wire, two of you.
Mm-hmm.
And they look at your skill set and they go, this is a difficult choice. You all have the skill set that we need.
Right.
Then they start to go to certain things, personality trait. How do they work with people? What is their time, this and time that? And then
Mm-hmm.
let it be said of you that, oh, this person, yes, they are good. But when we have deadlines, like for me, if you say meet a deadline, I kind of figure that, okay, um, it's like there's a project that we're working on at work, for
Mm-hmm.
example. And so
Yeah.
my previous supervisor and my current were discussing it. He says, oh, have the charts or this or that done by, yeah, within 2 weeks. I think I've done it. I started, I'm like, this and that. It's there.
Hmm.
It's up for review and revisions, but at least it's done. Why
Yeah.
should I wait to do it the third week after the second, that timeline that she gave?
Right.
So then they are going to say about you that when we give a timeline, they will always go close to the wire. And it's so
Mm-hmm.
difficult because if you are going to the wire, there's no time. Like say you are making a
To
presentation to an
correct
outside
anything.
group
Mm-hmm.
or something, then the timeline is February 25th. You should be done. You should have been done yesterday so that people have time to review and bring back stuff. But you are getting it done February 23rd, and then it's rush to review and correct things. So
Yeah.
when that comes up about you, and then they realize that, oh, that other person is consistent, this and that, then they'll take the other person. You
Yeah.
lost a job because of that trait, tardiness. A lot of our people don't keep time. Yes, they don't keep time. They'll show up to work. Well, even well, some
Mm-hmm.
the lateness. They'll come to us for work. They'll get there at 6 o'clock when they will have to be there at 7. But show up to party, social, whatever. Oh, Ghana time. Yes.
I remember when I was in Ghana, there was a day that I actually made my kids go to church in their home clothes because I just wanted to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be late because, oh, I'm not ready. I took
Mm-hmm.
them there and I didn't care what the other people thought
People
about
said,
my kids'
yeah,
appearance or whatever because I
yeah,
was teaching them a lesson.
yeah,
So from then, they would iron on Saturday, make sure everything is ready. Yeah. And yeah,
yeah,
we have to pass these things on to our
yeah.
children too, right? Yeah.
Abigail says, I have to work on my time. I use my 3 children as an excuse. So that's your thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that. So that's your little takeaway from today. It's funny, one time a sister of mine in Britain, we visited home together, And then, we're running around with our cousins, these guys will come and take us to the beach, take us to that. And then she started laughing. She said, "Hey, sister, yeah, who can see echo, baby? If you say we are going somewhere, to not to her." Like, because I know, okay, they are coming at such and such a time. Why should I go and nap and get up and be rushing? So have it
Yeah.
ready. Yeah. And I don't pick my clothes for church on Sunday mornings. No.
Yeah.
I
You
pick
do
it the
it
night
before.
before. It's because I need to know if it needs ironing or should I throw it in the dryer to fluff it up.
Right.
So
Right.
little things. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, thank you all. It's 11:15. We're going to wrap up so that y'all can get off. But we've been talking today about women learning to love themselves. And we've looked at some of the cultural scripts and grooming that affect us because we are taught to be other centered, other focused. We take care of everybody else except ourselves. And then you are made to feel guilty when you're focused on yourself because you're told you are selfish. Now, isn't that a fine kettle of fish? so, so what do you do? Right. So, um, you have to learn to assess yourself. We're so busy, we think we're living life, but you'll
Yeah.
pay for it one day when your kids are grown up and gone, and you sit and go, whoa, where did the time go?
Mm-hmm.
Because you were so busy doing everybody else's thing and not taking care of yourself. For me, I say my children are grown adults now. They are working. So if I hadn't started doing some of these things side by side as they were easing into adulthood, what
Mm-hmm.
would I be doing right now? Sitting there, feeling bored, being sad, being miserable. Yes. Sometimes they say, "Oh, mom, you're so busy. You won't even watch this show with us." So I do that. But I'm saying that nobody is going to guilt me into doing what I love to do too.
Yeah.
You have your stuff. You're also doing it. So this is where I always say, woman, who are you? You
Mm-hmm.
play a lot of roles. I have a lot of clips, check my Beauty of the Woman videos that I drop on my wall. So I play all these roles. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a grandmother, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a niece. Outside of it, what do I like to do? Who am I? The who, you have to figure out who you are before you can do any of these things. It seems difficult, but it is not. If you are feeling low about yourself, take pieces of papers, post-it notes, write things, record things to yourself, speak to yourself in a positive way. Start to look for material that will bless you. Look, people don't like to read, but there's even videos. I
Mm-hmm.
put a little clip in the Auntie'S book club about lessons we can learn from aunts and Auntie's industrials. They don't have a leader, but look at what they do. So why are you being a people pleaser following people? Be your own leader. Start leading yourself. Own it. Start leading yourself.
Yes.
Start leading yourself. So it's like we have to be conscious of what we do. In all of this, the best thing you can do for yourself is to know who you are, be happy with yourself, flaws and all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are not sitting here saying we're perfect. I ain't perfect. I'm not a Pharisee. I am not a Pharisee. That I will
Okay.
not be.
And negative.
Yes,
Yeah.
that I will not be. And I always like to make a dig. I've not been, there was a time a friend from work, an old friend from work, or an ex friend, or whoever, said that when she came to work there, another lady told her that, you see that lady sitting there, they don't like her because she's too honest. That was me. And I suffered for it in churches. Yes, two Ghanaian churches, but I've lived to tell the story. I'm not going to change who I am. I can't change my sports. That
Exactly.
is it. Yeah. I remember going to Ghana one time and one of my dad's brothers came to visit and my mom was talking, hey, yeah, the Oya Obeka chose is here. She'll tell you how she feels. She ain't leaving anything out. Be true to yourself. It's not to say that I'm going around saying hurtful things to people.
No.
The truth is the truth. Be real with yourself. If you start from a point of truth, you will go far. Be honest with yourself. Don't be ashamed if you know that, oh, I'm lazy. Oh, I procrastinate. Yeah,
My
say it.
cooking.
Yes, sir. Was it?
I said cooking.
Yeah. Say it to yourself. Yes, I am. But what am I going to do about it? Like, Abigail just saying that she uses her children as an excuse, so she's going to work on it. Our
Mm-hmm.
Pharisee-like behavior will say, oh, if you look at her, oh, how come this? No, I appreciate her for being honest. That is
Yeah.
the first point. We all do that, Yeah, that is
She
that is
knows
how
herself.
she knows herself.
Yeah.
She's keeping it real.
Yes.
So yeah, we've said a lot today, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, everything begins with you.
Yeah.
Ajua says self-discovery is an eye-opening to a broader achievement and never limitation to enslave one's mindset in a cage. Thank you. And then what is it? Oh, you are a friend as well. Anytime, Auntie. Or when I was saying I'm a friend, I'm this, I'm that. Okay. Adjoa says, no one is perfect, but our imperfection should give us room to develop and grow. Change requires time and realistic goals. Thank you. And Auntie, me too. I would love to have a chat with you. Oh, for sure. Let's arrange that. Just tell me when you want to talk and then we will talk. Okay. Just send me some times or dates. Well, noting the time difference too, right? Yeah. So it's 7 hours time difference right now. So yes, ladies, women, and men, we've been here. We've said a lot. We were talking about women learning to love ourselves. When you love yourself, you're able to love your fellow human being, and you come at your responsibilities and everything else with a different mindset, with a different perspective, because you learn to own your stuff, you learn to take care of yourself, you learn to love yourself. When you are tired, and you stop. Yesterday, Nana was at work. I was telling her, oh, I took some chicken up. I think I'll make some stew for the chicken and then I'll make jollof. You know what ended up happening?
What?
I made only the chicken. I was too tired to make any stew or make any jollof. I said, we'll put it to another day.
Yeah.
Today I feel better. Why should I kill myself?
Yeah.
I can't. I can't. Yes, I can't. No papa any hanti aduane no mean one PD akwahi. We can eat whatever we want. I'll eat sandwich and go to sleep. I'm
Yep.
Obroni. Oh, thank you, Sister Belinda. Thank you, Sister Abigail. I can't mention all the names. We've had a lot of people come on to be with us today. I appreciate you all. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week with another topic of discussion. Take care. Thank you, Ya. So,
Yeah.
Sister Ajo, message. I said I won't mention names, but you all know yourselves. Thank you so, so much. Oh, thank you, Ajwa. Yes. We'll see you in a bit. Take care, okay? Love you all. Have a good
Bye.
day. Bye-bye.